Welcome back to Lempman's Cocktails. Today we're going to do another gin review. This gin is a very special gin to me because it's one of my absolute favorites. I've been waiting for a while to do this one just so I'd have some tasting experience and really be able to judge it off of some other really great gins. Tonight we're doing Plymouth gin. Definitely one of my favorite types of gin. Very citrus forward, very strong, very juniper forward taste as well, but citrus to the max. This is one of my favorite gins to drink in most of my cocktails. In fact, when I make any type of gin cocktail, I start with thinking about Plymouth and move on from there if I think it won't work. Plymouth was called for by name in some of the earliest martini recipe books from cocktail guides, and it used to have its own geographic designation, a Plymouth style of gin, but that was dropped somewhere in the early 2000s, mid 2010s, somewhere around there. Doesn't matter that much. But it's a great gin. It's a classic bottle. There's still a great old little monk on the bottom there. And the saying is, when the monk's feet get dry, you need a new bottle. And they just happened to me. I got a new bottle. Let's go ahead and try it. We've got our tasting glass. Let's go ahead and give it a smell, see how it goes. So it's definitely citrusy on the nose, but with a little bit of ethanol. It's not really high proof gin as far as a Navy strength or something. It's about 41.3% by volume, which is about 82.5%. But it really punches through stirred cocktails and shaken cocktails really well, I think, in the past. But let's go ahead and give it a try on its own, something I really don't do very often. It's honestly really tasty. I don't drink gin straight very often, but this is pretty good. I tasted it for the first time straight, really going for the different flavors when I did the gin and tonic review, which I'll link below. But this is a really nice, smooth, relaxing taste. It's not too aggressive or abrasive, and there's definitely not a big ethanol punch. It's really tasty on its own, and in a cocktail, I know it's even better. So let's go ahead and make the normal gimlet. So I make my gimlets the same way every time for these reviews, so everything is consistent except for the gin. So again, that's 2 ounces of gin, in this case, our Plymouth gin. And then I use 3/4 of an ounce of lime juice and 1/2 ounce of rich simple syrup. That's 2-to-1 simple syrup. All right, I've got my gimlet made. I'm gonna give it a try. Let's see. So right off the bat, the 3/4 ounce of lime juice really blends well with this Plymouth gin. You still get a very gin forward drink, but the lime shines through, but it's not overpowering and it's not too tart. I think the rich simple syrup helps give it a little bit of a better texture because it is such a thick, simple syrup's thick when you pour it in. It mixes well in the drink and it doesn't over dilute it, which is really key with these sour style cocktails. Originally, a gimlet was made with a lime cordial, like a sweetened lime juice, but I prefer to do it this way so I can get the most fresh ingredients as possible. This is really tasty. And I do think Plymouth holds up as one extremely versatile and workhorse gin. It can really do it all from a definite London dry style in a gin and tonic. It goes really great in this gimlet, and it even goes well in stirred drinks like Negronis, and obviously the classic martini, which it's called for by name, so why wouldn't it go? It's a really tasty gin. I enjoy it, and the best part is it's really inexpensive. Here in Japan, it's about 1,300 yen for a 700 milliliter bottle, which is about, right now, $10, which is really cheap. I know in the States it costs about $20 a bottle, but so worth it. Definitely one of my favorite gins still. I'm so glad to have tried it after a string of other really high quality and mostly citrus forward gins to really see where it stacked up, and I think for me it's still #1. And I haven't heard too many people who don't like it. In fact, if you don't like Plymouth gin, please leave me a message in the comments. I'd love to hear why, because I don't hear a lot of criticism of it very often, and I'd love to hear it. It mixes well in stirred drinks, shaken drinks, in a gin and tonic. To me, it can't go wrong. Thanks for watching the video. Please like and subscribe if you'd like. Would love to see you around for future videos. I'll be making more gin reviews because I find them very fun to do, and it's fun to explore all these different gins. Cheers, have a good night, and see you next time.